our English class. By the way, I am Teacher Leia, and for now, we're going to have a beautiful and exciting and interesting lesson. So, are you all excited? Okay, before that, let's have a quick review with our previous lesson. So, looking back, we have discussed the source of information. So what is a source of information? Anything that gives information on a person about something or providing knowledge to somebody. Okay, is that clear? Okay, so there are two kinds of sources of information. We have the printed and the non-printed. So when we are talking about printed, we are talking about the newspapers, magazines, journals, encyclopedias, dictionaries, etc. And when we are talking about non-printed, we are talking about television, radio, social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Okay, so do you have any question with regards to our non-printed and printed sources of information? Okay, very good. So, there are different kinds of or different ways of information dissemination. So, we have the speech, informative talks, panel discussion, and news. We will concentrate on the news. Okay, so what is a news? Okay, news is a reality, factual, and must be interesting. Why interesting? To catch the attention of the readers and of the viewers. Okay, so there are different elements of news story. Okay, so the first one is the immediacy. Later on, by the way, class, later on, I will explain what are these. Okay, so immediacy, the proximity, the prominence, the oddity, the conflict, suspense, emotion, and consequence. So these are the 8 elements of news stories. Okay, so let's concentrate first, or let's discuss the immediacy. Immediacy is also known as timeliness. Okay, so immediacy or timeliness are what? Okay, notice how prominently Twitter feeds are displayed during live TV and radio coverage of events. When we say immediacy, it should be, the news should be fresh. Okay? So whether it's the basketball or a humanitarian crisis, information provided via the social media feeds of individual is seen as valuable and relevant. So that is immediacy or timeliness. Let's proceed with the proximity. Proximity or nearness. Okay, when we say proximity or nearness, it is important for the audience or the readers that the news must be near to them. Okay, so we catch the attention of the readers if that news happens within the country or within the vicinity or the community. Okay, so is the news geographically local to the readership or close to their hearts? So we have to know that, or we have to take note of this. Okay, the prominence. Okay, is there information of news about something that is highly topical today? So when we say prominence, we are talking about how prominent, how well known are the persons involved in the news. Okay, not only the person, but also the places. Okay, so is it about something or something that people believe to be of great significance or importance? So we are more interested to those people who are well known when it comes to news, right? Okay, so that is very important when we are writing a news story. Next, the oddity. Okay, when we say oddity, it's difference. There is a reason why videos of animals doing crazy things are so popular on the YouTube. We are attracted to things that are a little strange, out of the ordinary and unusual. So when we say oddity, these are the unusual things that is happening around us. For example, a female gave birth That is oddity. Okay, that's an example of oddity. Okay, next, the conflict. Is there an element of struggle in your story? Is what you're describing helping a customer to address a real challenge that significantly impacts their lives or businesses? So that is about the conflict. What is the impact of the news to the audience, or to the readers? Okay. Next, the suspense. This gives a thrill to the audience or readers. Okay, people need a reason to keep reading. Can you create a cliffhanger or leave your readers wanting more? So that will intensify the excitement. Okay? Next, the emotion. Anything that speaks to people's experiences and conveys real emotion will help them to connect with your message. As a Filipino, we are very emotional. So, we are much interested to watch a news about emotions or which tackles emotions. The trick is to do this appropriately and with authenticity. It doesn't have to be a tearjerker of a story, nor does it need to be designed to keep your audience in stitches. Sometimes it helps to just a little bit more human in your communications. Do this appropriately and with authenticity. It doesn't have to be a tearjerker of a story, nor does it need to be designed to keep your audience in stitches. Sometimes it helps to just a little bit more human in your communications. Okay, so here's the last. The consequence. Does the subject of the story you are telling have an impact on people's lives? So we have to know if there is an effect of what you are writing to the readers. Okay, so do you have any question? Okay, let's have a quick review on the 8 elements of the news story. Okay, so again, here are the 8 elements. The immediacy, or also known as timeliness, correct. The next is the proximity, also known as nearness. Okay, the third one is the prominence, which are related to those prominent or well-known people, well-known places and events. Okay, the oddity. Okay, when we say oddity, it is also known as unusualness. That's right. So, number 5 is the conflict. Number 6, suspense. It must be what? Thrilling. Okay? 7 is emotion. And the 8th one is the consequence. Okay, do you have any question with the 8 elements of news? Okay, so let's now proceed. If you don't have any question, let's now proceed to the first activity. So our activity is the listening activity or listening task. Okay, I will not be the one to read the text that you are going to listen. Instead of me, your guardian or your parents will be the one to read it. Is that clear? Okay, so for the parents, here is the direction. Okay, read the excerpt twice to the learner. Excerpt is attached to this module. Okay, you will find the excerpt on the latter part of the module. Okay, as you read, the learner will write his or her notes on the notebook. While for the learner, with the help of your parent or guardian, listen. Listen, you have to listen. Listen attentively to an excerpt of news report. Take note of important information you have listened to. Write your notes on your notebook. Okay, do you have any question with our listening activity? If not, thank you for listening. I hope you will do your task.